Wednesday, T-shirt weather with Aaron Phipps. Aaron, how are you, sir?
Very well, T-shirt weather as well, Nick. Great to be here, though. Thank you.
A man of many talents. Where are we starting? Are we starting athlete or are we starting Kilimanjaro?
Oh, should we start on Kili?
Go on.
Go on, let's start on Kili. Okay. So the idea on Kilimanjaro was I wanted to be the first disabled person to get to the top without any assistance. And
hold on, why?
Okay, well, over the years, I've raised £250,000 for the Meningitis Research Foundation. So we're going to jump around here a little bit. But I had meningitis or sepsis when I was 15. And as a result, I'm a bilateral below knee amputee and I'm missing the tips of my fingers. So obviously, a charity that's really close to my heart. So I've raised lots of money for them over the years. But it started like this, Nick. I've done lots of marathons and kind of other smaller low-key events. And when
marathons are not low-key events, but okay.
When Mike from the charity turned up at my house and said, head of fundraising, Kilimanjaro, we send thousands of university students up there to raise money for us. Do you fancy it? And I just agreed to it on a whim.
Did you?
I did. I went, yeah, whatever. We'll give it a go, yeah. And I then had to do a bit of research into Kilimanjaro because I knew it was a hill or a mountain, but I didn't know how big it was. But 5,896 meters tall. So most able-bodied people do it in about 6 days.
Right.
And it's not the most technical mountain, which is why we thought we might be able to do it in a wheelchair. That's how it all started.
Okay. And how was it?
Well, yeah, then it all went very wrong. So,
save it all. Was it an experience? Was it an experience?
It was.
Did you look back with fonder memories of the time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the time, so to break down a little bit, we tried to do it in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
First day was meant to take 3 hours, took 6. Second day, 5 hours, took 10. They then said, we're going to have to carry you. I said, that's not happening. Duct tape a set of knee pads to my legs and crawled on my hands and knees for 4 days to get to the top. But the worst bit was that last night, summit night. Yeah. So we set off at midnight because that's the safest way to do it. If you have any issues, they can get you off the mountain as soon as the sun rises at 4:30. And it was relentless. We've joked already. I've done the London Marathon and I've done other kind of big events, but this made them look like doing the washing up. It was just 10 hours. My knee pads, I was in so much pain. They were full of blood. Sorry for anyone listening. It's not very nice. But, I just was so stubborn. I got to this stage and thought, I'm just not going to get carried. But we got to the summit the next day, 10:30 in the morning. And what a feeling.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did all the pain wash away? Or was the pain still there?
No, I sobbed. I sobbed for quite a long time. And then I realised how broken I was. But to get off the mountain, here's the loophole. We'd raised £20,000 to get to the top. We didn't tell anyone how we were getting down, so I got to piggyback back down again.
Did you?
Yes, it wasn't as bad.
It's a farce. It's a sham. Get back up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And talk to me about your athletics career.
Athletics career, okay. So I started as a wheelchair racer, which was a lot of the marathons that I did, and tried wheelchair rugby way back when, sort of 2008, I think, and went along to give this sport a go. For anyone who hasn't seen it, it's the only full contact wheelchair sport where you can knock each other out. Yeah, it was bonkers. It's like PC gone right. I mean, where else do you get to watch people doing that? But I fell in love with it. It turns out I love smashing people out of their wheelchair. So I started playing this sport. No, it's really how it happened. I started playing this sport and just fell in love with it. I liked that kind of contact aspect to it. Yeah. I guess that's the same for anyone who does that kind of sport, martial arts or able-bodied rugby. And I really enjoyed that part of it.
Go on.
Because all the races, they said, there's the potential for you to go to the Paralympics in London if you work your backside off. Right. So that was obviously where I wanted to get to. Yeah. But that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't done all my races, etc. Because I already had that level of fitness. Yeah. And London was phenomenal. Did you get to go at all?
I got offered, but a few members of the team went instead.
Yeah, it was, my
wife gave birth halfway through.
Right, we're going to let you off for that one then. Yeah, that's fine. I was going to roast you for that, but okay. Absolutely. It was phenomenal. Probably changed perceptions of disability in the UK forever. Yes. But as an athlete, we came 5th. And you do not want to come 5th at a major event. First, second, third, bronze, gold, etc. is great, but 4th or 5th is just the worst place to come. But it was still a phenomenal experience.
How do you think the Paralympics has been since 2012, or that kind of? Do you think the profile has kept on going? Because obviously at 2012, to me, it was at the pinnacle.
Yeah, it's done that ever since, and to be part of that journey has been really humbling.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't compete in any Paralympics before. When I speak to my teammates, though, before London, you had the Olympics, this huge event, and you had the Paralympics afterwards, which hardly had any spectators. We nearly sold out the entire event, which had never been seen before, which gave it huge credibility. So when people watched it on the telly, all the stadiums were full, and that was phenomenal. Personally, I didn't compete in Rio. I took a break when I did Kili, and then went back training again in 2017, trying to get to 2020.
Yeah, didn't work out because other things happened.
Yeah, no, it did, and it was other things happened. Well, everyone knows that part of the story, so we won't talk about what happened for a year. But I really went back because I wanted to get my daughters to the games, but because of the pandemic, no spectators.
Yeah, okay.
Which was really, really tough, but we were there to do a job. And at the time, on paper, we were ranked 5th in the world.
Yeah.
No European team had ever medalled in the wheelchair rugby, and we clawed our way to the top, fairy tale style, and got the gold medal in Tokyo.
So you're officially the most crazy people.
Yeah.
Out of all the nations.
Crazy people. Yeah. Never heard it worded like that. Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. We were the most vicious.
Yeah. And so where are you now? Kind of, we were just talking off camera beforehand about next year.
Yeah, still competing, trying to get to next year. I'm 40 years old now.
Yeah.
I want to get my daughters to a games.
Yeah.
I'm aiming for next year. I mean, it's a contact sport. Anything can happen. So you can't take that lightly. One injury is career over, isn't it? So touch wood, I'll be there next year.
Brilliant. Any other goals? Any other mountains to climb?
I think so. I think my thing will be when I stop playing sport, I'm going to carry on looking for things that people haven't done in a wheelchair, then trying to do them in a wheelchair. That's going to be my thing. Can't stop.
Do you consider there's nothing you can't do?
Yeah, no, there is. I think to a point. My wife said no to Everest. Although someone's just done that, haven't they? Yeah. Fair play. Yeah, the guy did it, double amputee. But she said no. She said, I'm not even allowed to go to base camp. She said, if you go there, you will try and climb Everest. And people with their limbs drop dead doing that. So I think this all stems from being poorly when I was 15. Worst and best thing that ever happened to me. Worst for obvious reasons, but best because it always gave me this completely different outlook on life. And it made me very motivated to try different things and never stop. But it's a curse as well because I can't switch it off. We go into lockdown.
How do your daughters feel towards the whole thing?
Yeah, they love it. I think all my whole family think I'm bonkers.
Do they?
Yeah, they absolutely do. But they and to share things like that with them, like they weren't at the games, but to them to come running up to me at Heathrow with the medal and everything, they're things I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Brilliant. Aaron, on that note, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.